I was scared of talking to women. So like physical touch was not even in the realm of possibility.
In high school, was grabbing someone's bum as a joke in or out of bounds?
I'll be so for real.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
this one's pretty easy.
Yeah.
As my mum would say when I was little, a joke's only funny if it's funny for everyone. Is it okay to grab someone's bum as a joke? And I guess the question is like, is it a joke that everyone's in on? Or is it like a joke between you and your mates, I'm gonna grab this chick's butt? It's funny for us. It's funny for her, probably not.
No.
For me now, it's definitely out of bounds. In high school, I think it was blurry. I'm gonna go like, it's on the corner for me.
When it comes to my female friends, my female peers, that was well and truly out of bounds at the time, and it's definitely where I stand now.
Yeah.
I would say that is out of bounds now, but was definitely in bounds in high school. And I remember realizing that if you couldn't take the joke, you were in deep shit and everyone thought you were really uncool.
Even as like country kids who weren't very progressive, I feel like we all kind of just knew that shit wasn't okay.
Didn't fly.
And looking back as, you know, how I acted when I was, 14, 15, I was scared of talking to women. So like physical touch was not even in the realm of possibility.
In high school, I was quite affectionate with my friends, and it was kind of within my friend group.
Yeah.
But outside that, no.
When you have a very a relationship that has a structured safety, or there's a reciprocal nature to something and there's a very strong familiarity, and the touch, whatever it is, isn't done in a way that is ominous or threatening or whatever. It's obviously a different thing to I remember being in nightclubs, as an 18-year-old walking and someone just grabbing your bum in the crowd and things like that.
Oh my God, I've just got a flood of memories. Holy shit.
For the latter half of my high school experience, I was openly queer, which meant that I had a lot of female friends, and the lines between what I could do with a female friend were so blurry, because it's in a lot of contexts, I was seen as one of the girls. And I'm thinking back to it, I almost wonder if that's something that I would have maybe done at some point, because I would have felt like it's different if it's me, which it probably isn't, because I am still a man.
I'm the kind of person that wants to squeeze babies, It comes from this place of real passion and love and joy. And the reality is that I can be coming from a really genuine place with grabbing someone quite physically, and who knows what their experience has been with physical touch. That could be, and it has come up that I've had friends who have been abused or have been hit, and so sudden movement and changes of physicality are actually really intense for people, and that's come up with quite a few of my guy mates, because I'm more physically aggressive with my guy mates than I am with my girl mates, I would say. And yeah, I've had quite a few brothers be like, hey, it's actually a lot for me when you're like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say now out of bounds without checking in with someone, just any kind of touch, just because you don't know what people's stories are.
Even my girlfriends used to grab my bum a lot, and I really hated it because it's a sensitive area, and you're wearing a skirt at school, and there's a risk of someone flipping your skirt up or dacking you if you're a guy, and feeling super violated by that. But it was so normalized, and you had to laugh along with it, or you were really uncool and ruining the joke for everyone.
If I, in public or at a party or something, grabbed one of my friend's bums, what does that say to every other man who just watched me do that? I imagine a female friend would feel like I've gone behind their back, I've betrayed them. I've just done something and shown to a bunch of other men that it's okay for me to do that. And that would probably feel really, really crappy. Yeah. And
then I do remember every time that, something like that might have happened at a party, or a kid from another school that we didn't know. People would just call them out, and I think that's probably the bit about my generation that I admire, is that that shit is called out a lot more.
The point of this thing about it being a joke is that you don't know what the person on the receiving end has gone through. For survivors of sexual violence, to be non-consensually touched in an intimate area is so terrifying, and it's not a joke to them, and it really sticks with them, and it can be really triggering and bring up old experiences when you may think it's a joke. So in not knowing and not asking, you risk causing further harm to someone, and like we'd always want to avoid doing that.
Both growing up and playing footy and basketball, the idea of like tapping each other on the bum was really ingrained in the culture.
Yeah.
Like that's how we would actually support each other. That's
Yeah.
how we'd get around each other. That's
Yeah.
how we'd like actually
Yeah.
like almost show love to one another, like a bit of a bum tap.
Yeah.
I often found that a lot of that culture that we had in the locker rooms or out on the court would often start to ooze out to our normal life with that sort of like big boisterous energy when we're all kind of like tapping each other on the bum, the impact that would have on the people who weren't in that environment, but also like on our female, like on our girl mates. And reflecting what it was like in high school, like I feel like that energy and that behavior would have been really intimidating.
I need to make sure, like with my friends, I probably maybe should check in with them, like how comfortable they are with like physical touch as well. Like I don't even think I've really asked them. Like we're a very, very affectionate like group of people, and sometimes I go modes when I don't want to be like physically affectionate in any way, but I never really like had that conversation with them. But like out in public, if anyone was to like touch my ass or like grab my boob or like woof whistle at me, or I just find those types of acts, not
disrespectful. And they're made to
They're
make
not
you
fun.
feel small in a space and not to feel like
don't belittle me or like try to I don't like it. It's out of bounds. Out of bounds.
In high school was rating people out of 10 in a group chat, in or out of bounds.
It was something we did all the time. So much of our conversations was around, you know, who we thought was the hottest
Yeah.
or who we wanted to get with the most.
I would say out of bounds now because I'm an adult and I talk to real people now. And if I ever want to say someone's a 10 out of 10, I'll go up to them and say that.
Yeah, great.
At the moment, it's just to my girlfriend, who I think is an 11, 12, 13, 14,
Nice.
15 out of 10. And I hope she thinks I'm a 10 back.
As a small boobed girl in high school, like I was seriously like, remember Zoo magazine? Yeah. It was like every front page was like double F Belinda, like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I would just be like,
I remember those.
all the boys at school just being like, oh, she's so hot. And I would like just be like, oh my God, like how am I ever going to feel confident?
I think there's like something to be said around how we're all personally attracted to different kinds of people. And therefore we can't just go like, oh, that person is categorically a 10. Like they're a 10 to everybody, because we're not all the same. So like my 10 might be your 3.
It's kind of like similar to the smacking on the bum kind of thing. It's like the group would be inbounds amongst the group, but there would be the awareness of like, this is kind of wrong. Like we wouldn't want people to find out.
If I reflect where my answer now would be is that that's just something that's really out of bounds because, at the time we didn't know it, but the impact that would have on the people who we were talking about, honestly, is just really unfair and probably played into this comparison and this hierarchy that was already playing out.
Yeah.
It actually made me feel like I want to get like a boob job or something when I finish high school.
Here's what I prepared earlier. Because I got called flat-chested my whole life.
Same.
I also kind of got other comments like, I was always a very masculine body. I was always very quite masculine as a young person, and I just kind of felt like I was getting that constant like, you're a man feeling, and I didn't feel feminine in myself because of the comments that were made to me. And when I got into my 20s, I was like, I'm still having these insecurities and
Totally.
from high school. And so I went and got a boob job.
Yeah, and I very closely did too. Wow. Yeah, okay, so
I had a boob job because of that insecurity that was instilled in me. And I love my boobs, mind you.
I know, I probably would too.
My girlfriend loves them.
Ranking them and then putting that out there publicly, because group chats obviously do get screenshotted, is so harmful for the people on the receiving end of that. But I agree around the binary as well, like the black and white. It was like you could become hot if you got your braces off or you got boobs over summer and then you came back to school with a rack. But then you could also like become unhot and get out of the hot group if you like got braces on or you like got acne on your skin. So I think putting numbers on people is weird. Like we're people, we're like full of emotions and personalities. We're not little numbers on a board or tallies.
Like to get really full scale, like something I really struggled with when I was in high school was my body image. This feels uncomfortable to say, but like developed quite a severe eating disorder. And I remember I was eventually started seeing the school counsellor, and within like one session, she was like, we need to send you to a dietitian. And like external outside of school, I started weekly seeing a nutritionist/dietitian to try and mend my relationship with food. I was so obsessed with my physical appearance and like being attractive and looking good and not being like the fat kid or not being any of those things that I became compulsive and obsessive with my dieting and my exercise. And so much of that was this. Like it was, I knew what everyone thought about everyone, I knew how everyone was perceived, and I knew where I fit in that hierarchy. And all I wanted to do was climb it. I wanted to be the hottest, I wanted to be the fittest, I wanted to be the best looking, I wanted to be him. And it always just felt like this huge area of shame for me because men never talked about it. Like it was always, I always felt like we talked about eating disorders and we talked about body image issues with women, but for men, it was just unspoken. Like I was never allowed to express it, I was never allowed to talk about it, and I hid it for so long. And like when I was finally uncovered, I remember feeling so much shame and so much embarrassment around like this thing that wasn't perceived as masculine. Like men don't care about that, but I did a lot. And like obviously now it is so out of bounds to me. Like who I'm interested in, who I'm attracted to, comes down to so much more than like a numerical rating system of their physical appearance. Like someone is a personality, they have relationships, they have characteristics, they have interests, they have hobbies, they have desires. They have so much that makes them them, and to reduce them to a number based on my perception of their physical appearance is offensive.
The world that I want to live in is one where like we don't compliment people based on what they look like. It's one where we compliment people based on how hilarious they are or how funny they are or how hilarious and funny, same thing.
Are you fishing for compliments?
No. Hey, I'm being very genuine here,
How hilarious they are, how funny, or how cool their hair is. Like if the world just complimented people on those three things, would be good.
No, but genuinely for a second. Like, if we didn't see people through the lens of like, how physically attractive are you? And instead we saw people through a lens of like, what do you have to offer to the world? Like, how kind are you when you go to IGA? You know what I mean?
All right. In high school was we're at the start.
We're finished.
And that is In or Out of Bounds with Patty and Tayana.
Tay and Patty.
Pattyana. Thanks, guys.